Wow, this was just nothing but amazing. This was just pure joy. So tonight, MVPG, he just returned and he was beyond impressive. He was just amazing. All right, but let me just dig into this whole entire game in general. So the first half, we were pretty much abysmal, especially in the first quarter. We were just, very sloppy. Paul George was the only guy, kind of doing the work. Um, Reggie Jackson was pretty good. T-Man was good, but a lot of our players was, eh, I'll just say they were not their best. Luke Kennard was really good, though. But, it was just pretty rough. Couldn't get a rebound. Our defense was just pretty, iffy. Not going to even lie to you. Third quarter, we kind of started having some swing factors, and we eventually started to pick things up. Then the fourth quarter, that's when we took over, and we eventually took over this game. And PG, ooh, he was just a beast, a certified beast. All right, so first of all, let's start with um, Ivica Zubac. Ivica Zubac, he didn't play too much minutes, and Tyronn Lue did a pretty good twist. Hartenstein played a lot of the minutes. Zubac was just, he wasn't the worst of the worst, but he struggled with kind of getting rebounds and all that. He was on his clumsier side, so that's the weakness of Vika Zubac. Just he has his swing factors. Tonight, it was just it kind of showed. It kind of showed. Like, but he wasn't the worst of the worst. And then you got Marcus Morris. Oh man, it was brutally bad for him. He played the whole game. He played basically the whole three quarter, and he only got 3 points, which is really bad. I guess if I'm really trying to find something to go on Marcus Morris, it's his passing improved a bit, but his defense was just off. He couldn't hit anything. He was just real bad, and ooh, like of course we can only support the players no matter what, but just gotta tell him what it is. And Marcus Morris, it was pretty brutal for him. All right, it was pretty brutal. Like not good, unfortunately. Nick Batum, he showed his flashes. He showed why that he could be key. He hit some timely threes. He didn't play too much. He played 21 minutes, which is that's fair. His defense was pretty good. Um, he did his thing. He did his thing. Shout out to Batum. And then you have, of course, MVPG. He just killed it. He dropped 34 points. And when he returned, he just looked better than ever. Honestly, compared to all the PGs we've seen, I think this is the PG that just elevated all around. He is playmaking way more better. His IQ is way better. His defense just elevated, and he's still the bucket getter. But now he improved in a lot of things. He's low key playmaking, kind of how a Magic Johnson or a Penny Hardaway. He was diming. He legit was diming. He was playing a 6'8" point guard, and man, he elevated. He elevated. He literally led the 25-point comeback against the Jazz. Once again, this was just gorgeous to see. Now Reggie Jackson, his efficiency was not good whatsoever. He was 8 for 24. R.I.P. Kobe. But Reggie Jackson, when it mattered, he played really good. First half, he was a bucket. Second half, third quarter, he was kind of cold. And then fourth quarter, he hit some timely shots, and that's important. That's important, and he did pretty good. And his defense was pretty good as well too. I'm not gonna lie to you, because compared from this year and last year, Reggie Jackson's biggest improvement is defense. And Reggie Jackson is it's kind of a good defender. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was just great. He was just amazing. All right, and then you got Isaiah Hartenstein. Ooh, he was huge in this game. Like, my comparison for Hartenstein is one, a 7 foot Caruso. Two, he's like a Montrez that has IQ and plays good defense. And Hartenstein just showed because he does his floater, he makes his shots, kind of like how Montrez would do it. But the difference with Hartenstein and Montrez is Hartenstein plays pretty good hustle defense on the end, and he has playmaking abilities. Compared to Montrez, which is Montrez playmaking as well, not known at all. Hartenstein even showed like abilities to take threes. Like, I know he didn't make it, but at least he took one. That's something that Zubac needs to start doing because Zubac, like, I feel like he could be a pretty solid 3-point shooter. Like, his free throws are good, so Zubac, just give it a try. Just expand your range, my man. But Hartenstein, he was pretty good, really good in this game. And then you got Luke Kennard. Ooh, he was once again the new Kennard. Like, I know Luke Kennard has some off games, but Luke Kennard in this game, man, he was just blop, blop, blop. And he's another dude that took a big leap from um, this year to last year, and it was defense. Like, his defense dramatically improved, and that's something that we love to see about Luke Kennard. Because like now, when we play him, he's no longer like a big defensive liability. Like, he actually like plays pretty smart. And then you got Terrence Mann. Oh, he was nice. He got a really good block on Rudy Gobert. Mr. Big Contract, $205 million. Ooh, he got packed. T-Man was just... T-Man, he was like always the energy guy. Plays that great defense. Like, definitely is a really smart blue-collar player. Yes, Terrence Mann may not be the all-star as we would love to see, but he was just pure grit. He was just one of those guys you cannot go wrong with when you play on the floor. Like, maybe worst case scenario is he doesn't have the offense, but then he still has the defense. He's just the ultimate hustle guy. And hey, big shout out to T-Man. And now you got pretty much the hero of the game, Robert Covington. Like, Robert Covington essentially did not play till fourth quarter, and boy, he made a big difference. He played that elite defense that Marcus Morris did not have. He hit the timely threes. He got the great rebounds. Compared to Marcus Morris, because Marcus Morris, he's been, let's just say, it was not good for him this game. All right, it was just no, not good. And Marcus Morris been struggling lately too. And I don't know, did Marcus Morris have a knee injury? Because if he is like, because he usually supposedly Marcus Morris he's off because like he gets like some type of injuries, but apparently he seems healthy. But yeah, I don't know, but I think like this game could be like a really big turning point for Robert Covington and Marcus Morris, because Covington now he's definitely gonna stick with the Clippers longer, and Marcus Morris he could be potentially used as a trade piece, which Marcus Morris so it's apparent that he still has some swing factors, and he could definitely be used as a trade piece, whether to trade for like a really good draft pick or a good like rotational piece. But yeah, we played like we played pretty off in the first half, and then we just leaped it. We just leaped it, and it's just great to see. It was great to see. And then you got the Utah Jazz. I'll just dig in a little bit with the Jazz. So Donovan Mitchell, he was making a lot of crazy buckets. His 3-point percentage was not like the best, but he was a bucket getter. He was making all types of shots, especially that one crazy like floater or something like that. And then you got who else? Mike Conley, second best player tonight, got buckets. Played the solid defense, just a pretty good backcourt for Donovan Mitchell, just a really good role player, point guard. And then you got Rudy Gobert, who cannot hit free throws, but He did play that defense in the first half, I guess, on the Vika Zubac, but uh, he's definitely not worth 205 million. All right, let's be honest. Like, man, like, let's be like to be 100 with you. Like, if Zubac was just literally just like a lot quicker, that's literally Rudy Gobert. Honestly, like Gobert is just literally like a longer Zubac that could kind of move a little quicker, but yeah, that's literally like Rudy Gobert. Like, I'm still like flabbergasted in a way on how he got $205 million for 5 years. Like, essentially, like he's honestly like I don't know if he's getting paid more than Paul George, but looks like he might be or okay, maybe not because he did sign a 4 year 190 mil. So, but Rudy Gobert is getting paid more than AD. Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal. Well, I don't know, but he's getting like paid like a whole lot of money. Like, jeez, Louise. Like, hey, props for Gobert for getting that bag. Cause oh man, like I mean, don't get it twisted. Gobert is like fairly good in the defending in the paint, but man, he was missing his free throws too. So usually Gobert is actually somewhat solid in free throws, but like, come on, man, 205 million though. Like and and he's like playing more like a really good role player, like star, not like a superstar, which is like I'm not trying to disrespect Gobert, but 205 mil though. But anyways, you got Jordan Clarkson who was like getting buckets in the first half, but then he went cold, and that was just great because the Clippers just took over. We just took over, and Juancho Hernangomez, being a solid player, just did this thing. Eric Paschal, like compared from this game to last game, because last game we faced Paschal was like a pretty key contributor, but now he was alright, I guess. Like, solid power forward, nothing too much. Royce O'Neal just being solid, I guess. But yeah, the Clippers just made an epic comeback. Like, let's be honest, if Paul George was wearing a Laker uniform, I can 100% guarantee that the whole media outlet, everybody, like all the hypebeast Lakers fans that just like to hate, they'll be calling Paul George like the next and upcoming Kobe, or like they even would call him an all-time great, to be honest. Because come on now, PG has everything. He has everything, literally everything. Like playmaking, defense, ball handling, finishing, and shooting. Like, what more could you want? Like, sure, he may not get too consistent, and he did have a disappointment in the playoff thanks to Glenn Rivers, but like PG just all around, man, and can't wait till we get the chip and to put the man Paul MVPG in the map. Like, honestly, Paul George should win MVP, honestly, because come on, he led a big 25-point comeback and he was just murdering it, but just sucked. The injury just kicked his tails, but yeah, like PG was just, ooh, it was just amazing. It was just amazing. So, just let me know what you think about this beautiful game. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll definitely get with y'all in the comment sections if I could, and But yeah, what a great game, and have a great night, everybody. And as y'all know, go Clippers.